So good evening. Welcome back to another show. And tonight I got Elmska with me. Good evening to you, Elmska. How are you doing? Are you okay?
Yes, well, let's begin just before we start the stream to tell you that I am very, very tired looking because I've been in hospital all night.
Nice.
um, Seriously, I was walking back home from right. I left my boyfriend's house. This is going to be super quick, don't worry. Like before we hit the football. So yeah, I was walking back from my boyfriend's house, and he said to me, "Oh, take a fiver and get a taxi." And I says, "No, we've just had a big, like, lovely steak dinner. I'm just going to walk it off and go home, like, because it's only a mile to my house." So I walked down the road, and some asshole on the other side of the road come running up and booted this bottle. I mean, he volleyed an empty bottle of whiskey right across the road, and it smashed in front of me, and it hit my jeans, my jacket, everything. Like, and so I turned around. I was like, "What is your problem?" I'll not say the profanities, but yeah, I did shout. And anyway, I went, okay, grey hoodie, black trackies, white trainers. And yeah, he ran off up the road. So I phoned the cops. And as I'm walking home, I was going, have I got like wind in my eye or something? Like my eye's really sore. So I ended up having to go to hospital. I phoned the out of hours doctor because it felt like I had sand in my eye. But yeah, it turns out I have glass in my eye. So yeah.
Sure. I'm so sorry about that sort of thing. Hope you really did that. Absolutely.
Yeah, so this is why I'm sorry, I'm like quite tired and stuff. I'm like, but yeah, I'll be good. I'll be good.
No, it's at the end of the day. I mean, it's glad to get off your chest, and it's a good thing. So, listen, thanks for letting us know on that one. Guys, if you liked the video, could you please smash the likes up and also leave your comments in the comment section below live. And if you already not subscribed, to do so. And thanks very much. And you just see him as well. And I've got a bit of breaking news as well, not off football. On Saturday, I should be on an Al Reid's channel from Saudi Arabia. So I shall be going global on this channel on Saturday. That's between 6:30, 7:30. So please join us for that. I'm going to spam up the tweets, spam it up on the Facebook, and spam on the Instagram as well. So please check us out for that. So, Elmska, thank God the season is over at Newcastle. And
I know.
Wow. And we finished 12th in the end. Do you feel you deserved to finish 12th, or was it a false position?
To be fair, I was ready. I was preparing myself for relegation. I really was. Like towards the last few matches, I was like, no, we may claw a few points. I didn't expect us to take that turn of form towards the end of the season. It was just like, I was dumbfounded. I was like, who is this team that I'm watching? Like, I haven't seen this all season. Who are they? Like, yeah.
Wow. I mean, the thing is, it's been a poor season for us sort of. I don't know anyone see it. People say from the outside looking in, right, that non-Newcastle fans turn to us and say, oh, finished 12th. Why are you mourning? And I just turn around to us because I'm mourning because we've been shite football, right? We don't deserve to be 12th. We were in 1 point, it was 2 wins and 20, right? That's just like a wins. So he's been lucky for that score. People say Mikel Arteta is the luckiest manager in the Premier League. Steve Bruce is the luckiest manager in the Premier League myself, sort of thing. So yeah, I mean, what do you make? Again, I think it's a false position there, sort of thing. What do you think?
I genuinely, I would agree with you there, bro. Like, I do believe that it was a fluke. It wasn't until Graham Jones kind of stepped in, and that made all of the difference. You could see it, and he's like basically the interim. Like he's the one that made everything change, like, and everything happen as soon as he was on the sideline, and you could see certain games where like Bruce was sitting back and he would be shouting at the players and stuff, and you're going, right, you're the one that's clearly leading. Yeah, no, not obviously not.
Sure. I know what you mean, man. You're talking about the stats as well, sort of. I'll read this on. I've got this on tweets on there's NUFC 360, right? So look at this, right? When Steve Bruce, when Graham Jones, before he came, that's Graham Jones, we won 20 games, we played 20 games and 19 points, 19 goals. When Graham came in, 18 games, 26 points, that's 7.4, and 27 goals, that's 8 goals more. And I'll tell you something now, right? Not being funny, right? But Graham Jones has made a huge difference there.
Well, that's it. And I mean, look, he's just been brought in as one of the coaches for the England team. So if he's not making a difference, why are they bringing him in there? I think, yeah.
I know. It is a joke, isn't it? I mean, the club is an absolute disgrace, you know what I mean? And the fact of the matter is, right, he's making a difference. When the first game against Everton, he's always doing the shouting, telling the players where to go, and Steve Bruce hated it. Once Steve Bruce said something to him, you haven't seen Graham Jones's face? He's just sitting, you can see a note. But I tell you something, Steve Bruce is lucky in a way because Graham Jones turned that team. He made a difference to that team. Coaching-wise, and tell the players where to go.
Totally did, yeah. You could see the turnaround, like visibly see the turnaround from the moment that he stepped in as an assistant, you know, and it was, no, you're not an assistant, you are taking over and you are making the difference. You are giving orders, you're telling them how to change their play, what to do, you know, it just made a complete to be honest, it made a farce out of Steve Bruce. I think it just, if anyone says otherwise, I hate the pundits for all backing him up and everything because it's not him. It's not him that's doing the work. It's not him.
Definitely not. I mean, I've talked about pundits, so I'll talk about the pundits as well. I mean, I'll say something now. If Steve Bruce is that wonderful, according to the pundits, right? There's job vacancies at Celtic. Well, Eddie Howe's going to take that job anyway. You got Wolves, Tottenham, Sheffield United, West Brom, right? Who else is it? There's another one as well. So Crystal Palace, now into Milan. Now, if all these pundits big and boost up, right? Saying that he's done a wonderful job in Newcastle. Why is he not being linked to those jobs I just mentioned? Why?
Yeah. Oh, I'll never walk away from a club, by the way.
money.
Gotta get that dollar. You know. Yeah. No, it's
but you're right.
bull, man. It's bull. I couldn't be. I have nothing favourable to say about him. Like, I just think he is detritus. I think that Mike Ashley is ruining the place. We need, obviously arbitration is going on at the moment. I think they continue talking about it like it's something that's going to happen. But to be honest, in my heart of hearts, I really don't know if it's going to happen. I have to help me here. Like, what do you think?
Right, a takeover.
Yeah.
I think, me personally, I think it's going to happen. And I'll tell you why it's going to happen. Because the Premier League are playing tactics. You know, they're just playing, asking for extra time this and extra time that. Okay. And basically, but they playing a game. They try and do, play tactics sort of thing to get the buyers off cuff. But for me, I think the Premier League has lost it. You know what I mean? I think this will not go to court. And I think it'll go to a last minute thing. I think the Premier League will just give up and just say, right, you know what? Let's get the deal done. I don't want to be embarrassed. If we lose this, I don't want to be embarrassed. I think, Elmska, it's going to happen. I really, really do. Because you cannot stop a buyer and a seller trading to get the clubs.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I do get that. I think, although it's taken the time for them to be exposed for it to happen. And I think with the exposure, not only with Newcastle, but with the whole European Super League thing, and it was like, oh, the Premier League are now corrupt, and everyone started to realise, right, pointing fingers, and I think that has kind of got them over a barrel, so to speak.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, it's going to happen in July, I believe. I mean, the thing is, though, they're not going to tell us when it's going to start. They're not going to tell us when it's going to finish. They basically going to tell us will we be successful or not? And I hope that we are successful, because at the end of the day, this has gone for far, far too long. And not only that, I think now that this is what we want. We just want a bit of hope. We as fans, they need to listen to the fans, because this doesn't get taken over. What's going to happen is our club could simply slowly die a death. We're going to end up like Sunderland. We're going to end up like Leeds from 16 years ago.
That's exactly what I was just about to comment on, was like, have you seen that show, Sunderland Till I Die? And I did. I watched the seasons of that on Netflix, and like as brutal as it, you know, as it was to laugh at it, it was kind of heartbreaking to see all of the people's, you know, hope and dreams and lives that it wrecks. Not only the fans, but you know, the wee women that work in the cafes and all, and it was just really, whoa, that's kind of crap. I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh God, don't be feeling sorry for Sunderland because they're, but like, you know what I mean?
I know. But you're right. I just hope that.
But it is. I don't wish ill on anyone. Like so.
I just think it's going to have to happen sooner rather than that. At the end of the day, I think the people that judge in charge of this should think of the fans. The fans as the number one priority. At the end of the day, right? We want to make club them go better, sort of thing. And if this doesn't go through, then I fear for my club. I can see fire self and Ashley. I can see players who want to leave. I think that we are going to get a championship at least, and I'm afraid it's just going to make Arsenal, Newcastle, Hearts, something. I'm going to read some comments out as well. I got Paul, Evening, John. Hope you well. I'm fine, mate. I got Chipas as well, because I'm doing the player ratings for the season on Friday night at 7:30. Please join us for that. He said this season for me is a 5 out of 10. Effing shite. Just surviving for naught else you enjoy. Thank you very much indeed for that one. Like email else from Paul. Leave your hat on. It makes you look better and beautiful. Please just blue and smash your likes up.
I hope he's talking about you. No.
I got to lose half a stone, and basically I got to lose it, and I was trying to get to 15 stone by the end of next week. That's my goal. And
what? You don't look big at all. Well, you look like a big guy, but you don't look fat big.
I know. I mean, I weighed myself the other day. I thought, ouch, I've got to do something about this, because at the end of the day, I mean, I want to get down to 15. If I can get down to 15, I'll be happy sort of thing. It's almost in May the 26th today. So, yeah, I need to sort myself out sort of thing, because I've been good for 3 days, so I'll be happy with that. No cakes, no chocolates, no cakes, puddings, and go. But, yeah, I mean, the takeover, like, you know, I mean, I think it's going to go through eventually. It has to go through eventually. And then we just want to give the fans hope. The Premier League got, like you said about the Super League, just got embarrassed sort of thing. You know what I mean? They're losing a lot of money from that. So they're going to need the money somehow. And the fact of the matter is you know, the fans are going to see today. Let's put it real. Because if they turn this down, Newcastle will be no more, let me tell you. So on to Newcastle for the season now. I mean, if you give a marks out of 10, for the whole season, how many marks out of 10 would you give it, and why?
Oh, now there's a question. Because we started off like with the first game with West Ham, like, and I thought, we've started off like kind of cool, and things might be going pretty well, and then it just kind of nosedived from there. So into the cesspool that it was for months and months, and it was just we're going to be fighting relegation, everything's terrible, and then we just soared up at the end. So I would have to give it like 6
out of 10.
5 or 6, yeah.
Well, for me, I'll give it less than that, and I'm going to give it on Saturday. I'm going to do it on Saturday. I'm going to do them on Friday. I'm going to do my player ratings on Friday. So check out that, and I'm going to give the manager a rating. I'm going to give all the players a rating. I think it's about 24, 25 players played, and I'm going to give them all a rating, and then including Steve Bruce, and I'm going to choose me player.
Oh, I can't wait to see what you're going to say. Have you got minus ratings? How can we do them?
I know. Check us out on Friday, man. I should be there. I'll be doing it. That'll be fun in games because all the other clubs are doing it as well. So I thought I'd do it myself as well, sort of thing. But yeah, so who's been your who's been your player of the season?
Well, I was thinking about this earlier on, and I was going, if it had, if it was based on Twitter comments, it would be St. Max because he's absolutely hilarious. But,
Okay.
but I'd have to go Dubravka. Like he deserves so much. I know Darlow. It's hard to pick because so much we've been plagued by injuries the whole season, so not everyone's even had. I think the person who's played the most minutes this season has been Almiron, if I'm right. Like he has played the most minutes out of anyone. But yeah, I would say Dubravka because he's like a friggin' kangaroo, and it's amazing to see like him. He had some incredible saves.
So
yeah,
go for Dubravka.
yeah.
Fair enough. Cool. I mean, you're a fan of yeah, but you got players like Wilson, Willock.
Now, Willock deserves the credit. I wasn't putting him into that because he's not technically our player. You know, I know that he got that record and he's got 7 and 7. He's like the youngest player to do that, and that's incredible. But like, he's not our player essentially.
Yeah. Fair dues. You've got using more comments as well. I'll do the next question as well. I've got Chibaz, John, I'm not going to say that, out half a storm, man. I've got to lose it. And yeah, all the others as well. And he said, cool.
All right, that's one. Yeah.
So there you go. So beyond about to said about the best player of the season and the ratings, who's the worst player for Newcastle this season?
For me, it was probably between Hendrick and Kraft. Like I'm just like I had to put Kraft in there. I know he put in a couple of really good games at the end of the season, but for most of it, he was pedestrian. He was brutal. For me, anyway. Just yeah.
Fair enough.
And every time Hendrick comes on, it's like watching a donkey come on at like a children's fun fair or something, and I'm like, why are you bringing him? I'm sorry.
I get you, man. I get you. So you're saying Kraft then the worst player. So who's been the most disappointed player of the season?
Disappointed or disappointing?
Disappointing. The most disappointing player. Who's been disappointing?
Probably Shelby. I did have a lot. Like I used to really like Shelby, and I thought, he's got really good accuracy when he's crossing and stuff like that. But like he sort of seemed to go to sleep an awful lot of the time and was like just dandering about the pitch. Like, when someone's on a building site and they have a bit of cardboard and they're just walking with them, pretending they're doing something. That was like Shelby a lot of like the season, and it was what actually are you doing, man? Like you there.
Yeah, I mean, look, at the end of the day, so I can never have 5 or 6 of them, sort of thing. Like for me, I mean, you'll find out on Friday, but it's all about you at the end of the day. But I can never have 5 or 6 for disappointment, sort of thing. There's going to be a shock on there on Friday when I kind of mentioned it on my player rating, sort of thing. So disappointed. Who's improved this season for Newcastle? Who's improved? Who's been the biggest improvement? Yeah, who do you think's impressed? Who's made a big improvement for Newcastle?
Obviously, it has to be Joe Willock. Like, and I know again he's not our player, but like he has been incredible. He's just like, come on, went absolutely insane, and he didn't do that for Arsenal. He obviously wasn't feeling happy at Arsenal, so he's come to our side. He's felt happy in the team, and he's done that, and it's been yes. I think I'm trying. Is there anyone else who's been mega improved? To be honest, I don't think there's any other players who have really improved. Like really.
Yeah, I mean,
what about yourself? What do you think?
For me, I mean, you said Willock, I think he's come in, he's done fantastic. I gotta say Jacob Murphy. For me,
Murphy was good.
Right wing back. I mean, the thing is, though, he had to change his skill. I mean, he adapted well. The thing is, right, he does good tackles, sort of thing, wins the bar. The problem is when he wins the bar, sort of thing, his distribution is not the best for a right wing back. He's not as effective than he is defensively, than he is attacking wise. You know what I mean? But brilliant at crossing the bar. He really is fantastic crossing the football. But at the end of the day, like I said, he needs to work on that distribution so that when he wins the ball and brings the ball out, sort of thing. That's the most important thing for me. So yeah, I say Murphy for me. And he's done really well for us. I don't know what you make of it.
Yeah, definitely. I would agree there. Like, I love Jacob Murphy, but again, going on the amount of appearances that he's had compared to other players, it's hard to distinguish this season because Steve Bruce shook it up so much, and he had not only different teams every match, but like everyone playing different positions, and it was just what is this? What are you doing?
Don't play that system, no, absolutely crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. You know,
like nobody knows what they're supposed to be doing anymore. Until Graham Jones stepped in and went, right, this is what you're doing, and there's where you're at, and here's where we're going. So, yeah,
man, I totally agree. But for me, I mean, just I think Murphy's done well, and also playing players out of position sort of thing is not great. Who needs to fix up next season? Who do you think needs to fix up?
Oh, yeah, that's a toughie. Like,
you think about it, I'm going to read these comments at 12 quickly, and I've got Paul. Judy, how are you doing? She's funny, Judy. I love her pieces, and she's fantastic. And I got Jabaz. Hendrick for me, early good. As this Jesus in person, I mean, for me, I think Hendrick, he's shocking. Yeah. He is poor at him. I don't know what he brings to the table.
No, can I make a wee reference here and like be absolutely terrible? But have you ever seen? Oh, God. Sorry, no, I'm not going to. No.
Fair enough. Yeah.
If anyone gets the reference, Humperdo, right? If you get the reference, you get the reference. If you've seen Preacher, right? It's a TV program, but like they have a Jesus in it, and So anyway,
I've never heard of this, but
anyway.
Come on, who's going to fix up for Newcastle United next season? Who's got to put the ideas up? Who's got to show me that this player is going to turn it on and say, right, I've been out a while. I'm going to show the Newcastle fans what I'm all about. Who has got to fix up and who's got to improve quickly?
Who's got to improve?
Yeah, who's got to improve and who's got to put the ideas up next season?
Gosh, that's a hard one. I just want rid of so many people. Not so many people, but I would say probably I can see Almiron's spirits dipping an awful lot towards the end of the season there. You know, he's put in a lot of work, but he kind of needs to buck it up again and be the wee Capri Sun drinking amazing person that we've seen, you know, run about with a big smile on his face and doing loads of work that was seen. He was actually doing best when we were going down in the middle of the season. He was the one that was trying to create chances and everything. And then when we started to improve, he started to decline. And I'm going, where is it? Bring it back. You know, you're kind of losing it now. So I would say wee Miggy.
Yeah, I think he needs to. I could name about 5 or 6 to be quite honest with you, sort of thing. But I'm going to name 3. Possibly 4s. I mean, one of them's got to be Miggy. He needs to fix up, sort of thing. He's a damn good player. I mean, he's got the energy, he's got the commitment, but he needs to use his brain a little bit. Or maybe the Premier League doesn't suit him at all. If he doesn't, if he cannot do it, if he thinks he can't do it in the Premier League, he needs to do it in a different league. And I'm not going to lie, because I'm a big fan of Miggy. I can't question his work rate or commitment, but his decision making, his final ball, his passing's been absolutely poor as well. I've got Thomas Evening. That's Thomas Evening, FE1. And one thing, another player's got to fix up as well very, very quickly, and Chip Pass is quite right. It's Ryan Fraser. He's got to come to us and say, look, does he want to play for Newcastle? If he does want to play for Newcastle, get out and just go elsewhere.
Like the way he plays for Scotland is like not the way he plays for us, and it's just completely different.
Exactly, totally agree. I mean,
I'll agree with the drink.
Yeah, I've got a rating for Ryan Fraser as well. My player ratings, and it's not very pleasant, but I will see if that's on Friday. But you're right. It is an absolute joke of a player at the minute, Ryan Fraser. His attitude is just like we've seen at Bournemouth, yeah? I mean, Steve Bruce will come out and say, is he injured or not? Because I'll tell you something, all eyes will be on him if he plays for Scotland. And I'm sure he'll play for Scotland. If he does, we'll be keeping an eye on him, sort of thing. And he's got to come back to Newcastle and show us what Ryan Fraser's all about. And until then, if he doesn't be here, tell us now, Ryan, and get yourself away. Because I'm telling you, we do not want bad attitudes at my club.
No.
I mean, I've got Judy Kelly linger along about to wish you Man United. Man United. And yeah. Yes. But I tell you what it is, right? I mean, I know what it is, right? I mean, we just Billy comment out as well. Billy, I hope you're okay, my guy. And please, keep those comments coming in. It's much appreciated. I hope Fraser has a good Euros, not against England, picks up some decent value, and we sell him for a hefty fee. Do you know what it is, right? If someone came with £20 million for Fraser, get him gone, because I do not want a player with a bad attitude. I mean, there's another player that's got to fix up as well. Joe Linton. He's got to fix up as well. This is the third season now if he stays, and I want him to show us what he's all about. Because I tell you something, he cannot hold the ball up, he cannot link up the play. He shows some glimpses of what he can do, but it's too late. And all this Joe Linton love that sort of thing, right? I'm sorry, keep your head shit. He ain't gonna go on, Karen. Go on.
No, I feel sorry for him all the time. I just feel you can see it in him. He's so sheepish. He doesn't want to be a number 9. He's in the wrong position. He doesn't want to be that player. Like when someone passes him the ball, it's like a live hand grenade or something, and he freaks out and he kind of like just kicks it away, like to whoever, and most often it's the other team, and he just, he can't handle it. And I do feel sorry for him. I felt so excited when he took that penalty, and I was going, oh my God, he's going to take this penalty. But I was absolutely delighted for him that he got it.
Yeah, as well for him, man. But listen, don't get us wrong, right? I mean, I'm rooting for the guy. I want him to be succeeding, but at the end of the day, I've got to be honest. I mean, I'm not going to judge him for the last 5-6 games. I'm judging him, for the whole of the season. That's what I'm judging him at. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, what he's done for the last 5-6 games, he showed glimpses, but he's got to score goals, and he's got to show over next season, take it to next season, and do it for another 10 games. Do you know what I mean? He's got to come to us and show us now that he is a £40 million player. Do you know what I mean? Okay.
Yeah. At the minute, he is like at best, I don't know, 8 million, not even.
He's playing like an £8 million player in a minute, sort of thing. If he gets us 20 goals, then I can say he's a £40 million player. But until then, I don't want to diss and mute like sort of thing. I'm going to tap him out. Well, he's got one more. He's got to show it next season. If he's there, we're going to back the lad. But if he doesn't show it, as Ryan Fraser does, get him gone. So Chip has said, has all and done to John. Never fancied him in the first place. So there you go. But yes, so that's the thing I would mention. Miggy, Jordan, and Fraser, and John Shelby can be on that list as well, by the way. I mean,
sorry, definitely, I did. I missed out Shelby. Like he has been, as I said before, he's just so pedestrian at the minute. He's just I said, walking about with a bit of cardboard. Just do something every time.
He's not captain.
Huh?
He's not a captain. He's not a captain. No. And also Lascelles as well. He's got to come in as well. I want to see a 4-2-3-1 next season. I don't want to see 5 at the back rubbish. I want to see a 4-2-3. This is another thing, right? Steve Bruce, every time I have a summer break, I want to see big changes from him. I want him to change things up in the international break and in the summer, right? You know, change it up, show us something different. And he's never shown us different or whatsoever, sort of thing. And that really, really reminds me. He's got to come out and show us something different. Change your tactics, change it from the style of play.
I'm so sick of going on BBC Sport and it's just 5-3-2, 5-3-2, 5-3-2. Just every, you know what I mean? It's every week, or it may as well be 9-1. You know, just defensive. Why? Even against the worst teams, like, wrecks my head.
And talking about the worst games, the worst teams, the worst games. What's been the worst game we watched this season? I can name that 3 or 4.
Easily was either probably Sheffield or Brighton.
Yeah, I have to agree with you there, because at the end of the day, I watched that game on the watch along, the Sheffield United Brighton game on the watch along, and I'll tell you something now, I've never been so embarrassed as a supporter. Sheffield United was shocking, man. He played a 5-4-1 game. And then against Brighton, we didn't even lay a glove on them at all whatsoever. Against Brentford was shocking and all. Brentford was absolutely poor, absolutely unbelievable.
I mean, if we're bringing cup games and like Brentford would be up there with the worst game ever. Seriously, I mean, can we not even hold the first half of the game? They looked so sheepish. They thought they were going to get beat, and then we just kind of walked around like we'd nothing to do, like what, postmen or something. And then all of a sudden they were like, "Oh, well, we'll just attack these people because they're absolutely crap." And they did. They beat us, and it was so terrible that I could have just buried my face in my pint. It was awful to watch. Awful.
Shocking. We are absolutely shocking that day. And I'll tell you something, right? I mean, Steve Bruce, he's very lucky there's no fans in that stadium at all whatsoever. Because I'll tell you something, right? I mean, he would not be there. Steve Bruce would have been gone. I'll tell you that, because the fans would have ripped him a good one, let me tell you. And I don't think he could hack it at all whatsoever. And
I started supporting from the Bobby Robson era, so I'm going from a high standard of play and from players and from form and from like everything, to watching for the last 20 years and going, why? Like, why is it? Yeah.
Absolutely incredible.
Bring back Freddie Shepherd.
Yes. Bring him back. You know what I mean? I'll take any manager back. I'll take anyone back. You know what I mean? I got some more goals. Bruce doesn't do tactics, John. Remember, I totally agree. He doesn't, does he?
Bruce Ball.
I got Christine as well. Looking forward to seeing you on our Reed show, John. Thanks so much indeed. Make sure you do. And just remind you, on Saturday, between 6:30, 7:30, I'll be on the our Lead show between 6:30, 7:30. And that's the Champions League special. And please join us for that. I should spam up the tweets and make sure you come on. Because at the end of the day, Alan Reid is on NUFC Matters with Steve Rafe. And I'll tell you something as well. It's going to be absolute lit. I've got Christine as well again. I think John's getting a bit of a hot flush. Ask her if she likes the song number 65. Oh man. Please subscribe if you haven't done so. It's your first time on my channel. Thank you very much indeed for that. Just keep watching us. You know what I mean? It'd be fun. I've got some more programs to do as well, which would be fantastic. So we talked about the games. What's been your best game you watched this season?
My best game, probably Leicester. Probably taking them, because not only it was middle of the road for me, because but amazing, because we did take them out of their Champions League. They thought they were going to get into the Champions League, and we were like, "Ha, no, you're not." But it was them watching us. I went in. I would have actually bet on us losing. I would have. was like, oh God, right, next week we've got Leicester. Oh, we're going to win. Or we're going to win. We're going to lose. They're going to win. And watching it, and I just went, that's when the transformation for me happened. And it says, who is this team? This is absolutely amazing to watch. And we went 4-0 up, and I remember tweeting at the time, going, now we're going to rest on the laurels and everyone's going to give up. And that's exactly what we did. Everyone started to go, well, we won. And then we conceded the 2 goals, but still it was, who scored? Willock, Dummett and Wilson. Yeah. And it was incredible to watch. It probably was the most uplifting match that I've watched in a long time during the whole season, because I just got so dejected. What do you think?
Go on. Perfect.
No, what was yours?
Yeah, my game is exactly the same. Leicester away. There's only one, Leicester City. And, I thought same thing as what you've been saying, sort of in the show heart, the show passion. I didn't expect us to win that game. I thought we was going to get absolutely beat. But even if we lost that game, then we still would have stayed up anyway, without question. But I thought the performance there was absolutely fantastic for a man to man. But the question I want to ask you is, why have we not shown that performance before? Why?
Where did that come from? And to be honest, I think it was the addition of Graham Jones. Like, I know he had dipped a toe in a couple of times, like, before that, but like not really as much as that. That for me was the turning point. And something has been said. I know there was dressing room squabbles and all going on before that as well, but there's been something laid down which has made everyone think, right, we need to actually step our asses up and like make this work. And I don't know. Like, do you have any inside info? Because I'd like to know. I'd like to know what happened.
You're right. I mean, I love to get inside. I love to be in the dressing room. I love to be in that training.
I know. You go in and plant cameras.
Oh man, I tell you what it is, right, Dave. I'm not being funny, but at the end of the day, I mean, they've done it for themselves. Steve Bruce didn't do anything about it. Steve Bruce has run down to Steve Bruce, down on players. I hope next season we lost 2 games at 2 of the last 10 games. I hope that carries forward into next season. We're a top 10 team. The squad is top 10, right? But the manager is so scared. I'm not taking the handbrake off. Do you know what I mean? It is a disgrace at the moment. So
that's the thing.
It's frustrating.
Yeah, he's like an OAP driver. Just has to stay at 20 mile an hour in a 30 mile an hour zone, and it's, man, put the foot down. Like, especially against games where we will have the upper hand. Like, there's no question. We will stop playing defensively and actually put an attacking force in front. Stop putting just everything at 5 fucking. I'm sorry for swearing. No. Just he's a moonbeam. He's a moonbeam, and I'll never understand him. Just go away, Bruce. I'm sorry. Like, go away.
I don't understand it at all, man. But we just have to see what happens out of Pantsuits in summer, which I'm going to come news later. What should we do? Just the latest score in Poland in the Europa League, and it's currently 0-0 between Man U and Villarreal. So far, after that's about 10 minutes gone. Breaking news as well. I love Serie A football because I do love Italian football, but Antonio Conte has resigned of Inter Milan. And something went on there. He wanted more money, didn't get it. Teddy didn't really back him, and he just whacked away. So, breaking news: Antonio Conte, Juan Scudetto with Inter, has resigned and left his position as manager Inter Milan. Simone Inzaghi is among the favourites for the job. He's coming and coaching at Lazio at the minute, and I hope they get rid of Sarri because he's waiting for a job. So, and talking of manager, do you think Steve Bruce should remain at Newcastle next season? No.
I think that answers your question.
Yeah, definitely. And if he does leave, who would you take? Who would you take to attack this place if he was?
Rafa, come back.
Yeah. Okay, I think I can come back on that one. Yeah, just let us know. And yeah, I mean, I was going to say you gave me 6 out of 10 for this season there. Yeah.
No, that was a generous 6 out of 10. It was only because of the final performance of the season. It was.
Yeah, I'll probably give it less than that, to be quite honest with you. That sort of thing, you know. Look at the 2 wins in 20. You got to look in that as well. It's not good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I was going to say, so next season, I mean, how many players do you think you need to buy? And
we need quite a few, to be fair.
You do?
I think the whole we don't have a bad squad at the moment. Well, oh God, lift out Hendrick, lift out. I'm not going to name names because again I'm going to upset some people. So no.
So
I'm going to decline that question.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough.
Can I ask you, what do you think the best goal of the season was?
Oh, the best goal of the season. Oh, it's a hard one. So we haven't scored spectacular goals at the end of the day, but it's a hard one to say. I'm gonna have to think of that one because
the one that made you jump all around the room and go nuts. Like
I know. I think that match which he's over the top against Leicester for Callum Wilson was through. That was quite a good goal. But I haven't seen any blockbuster goals at the end of the day. I haven't seen someone's going to crack him from 25, 30 yards sort of thing.
I know.
Or their kick sort of thing. ASM goal was good against Burnley. I get that. But we haven't exactly scored an amazing goal this season, if you know what I mean. But that's a hard one, like, you know what I mean? It really is a hard one. I thought Shelby's free kick the other week was unlucky. But at the end of the day, I just can't think of any, like, you know, but I'm just going to look and just say Wilson in a moment. But Hendrick's goal, to be fair, I thought that's a cracking goal against West Ham. He took it well. I'm not going to lie. That's a good goal. But
round of applause for that.
Yay. I still want him gone anyway. Man. But we've got players. We've got rid of players. I mean, for me, I'd definitely get rid of Drake and Andy Cowell. Get rid of them. Get rid. Savé, get rid. Atsu, get rid. Lushun. He's going to be on this way anyway. I love Lushun.
He's on loan anyway, so bye.
Lushun.
No, he's on loan anyway, so bye.
No, I don't think he'll play for Newcastle again. I think he's got 1 million left on his contract, and he'd be gone. I think he'd be gone anyway. That's why they're trying to get that lad, Chris Aya, sort of thing from Celtic. They're still talking about him coming to Newcastle, by the way. He's a decent defender. He really, really is. But he has to play in a 2. He has to play in the back 4, not in the back 3, because I don't think he's that great in the back 3. But he brings the ball out in the back. He's a cracking player, him. Brings the ball out from the back. A bit like Virgin van Dijk. But listen, at the end of the day, I think he's a decent player. And if we do get it for £8 million, then I think that'll be a cracking signing. I wouldn't mind taking Edouard too. But listen, at the end of the day, we need players. We definitely need that defence because he conceded 62 goals last season.
Yeah.
I know the bottom 3 have conceded more than us. 62 goals, that ain't good enough for the Premier League. The defence needs sorting out. And I hope Steve Bruce get that sorted out very quickly, sort of thing, you know. But if we do get a takeover, I'll get rid. I got Shotman anyway, to be fair. With a takeover, there's 3 managers I'll pick. Diego Simone.
You dare. Sorry, I've like the little Romanian kids of the neighbourhood continuously bang my window.
Hey!
They're looking at me right now through the window, and I'm like, "Don't you dare stop!"
Oh yes, yeah.
Because they love me coming out to play with them, and I'm like, no, not right now. I told you I'm busy. So yeah.
Wow.
Anyway,
And
fine.
I'll tell you what, 18 matches I get for, going to get Simone, Allegri, and Pochettino. But I don't think Pochettino will come to Newcastle. If he's going to come,
I don't think Pochettino would come to Newcastle, not for all the money in the world. No.
I don't think he will. He wants to go to a club when we'll be in the Champions League. So you don't want to build from the start again like you did with Tottenham. He did that, gone for it, and you don't want to go for it again. He wants to go to a club ready-made, and that's that sort of thing, if you know what I mean. So it is what it is. But
at the minute, we smack of a club that lacks ambition, and that is not a great, like, sort of carrot on a stick for a lot of managers. It's not, you know, why would you want to join somewhere that has no ambition and nobody knows what they're doing. Nobody, like, it's.
I hear you. I do hear you. I think you're right. And when you got clubs like Leeds United, got £75 million budget, rumours, and Burnley has got £100 million budget as well under Sean Dyche, and we got what, 12 million? 12 million?
I said this to a taxi driver the other day, and he said, you can't even, you couldn't buy a packet of crisps for that, mate, like in the Premier League. And I was like, yeah, exactly. 12 million? Are you for real? See, again, this is Mike Ashley and why we need he needs to go.
He needs to go, and that boost needs to go very, very quickly. But £12 million, I think that's a slap in the face. So basically what he's saying is, you only got 12 million budget, but you're going to sell ASM. I was going to tell you what, if you lose ASM, we need to get someone better than ASM. Don't get us wrong, he's a fantastic lad. He hasn't got a final ball. He has not got a final ball in end product. He needs to work on the end product. And if he gets end product right,
and they're looking for ASM. They're looking 70 million for ASM, aren't they?
70 million, man. They'll not get 70 million. No way. Absolutely nowhere. And later, right, he was asked a question, what's the future horse in Newcastle? He basically just said, just wait. He just basically just wait and see, basically, because Roma wants him as well. And Arsenal's name's been linked as well, sort of thing. So Roma and Arsenal's been linked to those both clubs as well. So that doesn't bode well for Newcastle. I mean, would you rather play for Horsey or would you play for Steve Bruce?
I would play for Jose rather than Steve Bruce.
And you got capital, you got Roma, it's a capital city. Rome's a fantastic city. I've been there a few times. Absolutely beautiful city.
Don't be saying Newcastle now. Newcastle's amazing.
I know. But it's not. I mean,
it's better than Belfast. At least you don't get balls kicked in your fucking eye.
Yeah, that's very true. That's very, very true. That's very true. But I mean, oh bless you, you're right. So, what do you think?
Best save of the season. There's my question to you.
Go on, best save of the season. Asking you.
Oh, you're asking me?
Yeah.
Okay. Excuse me. Probably home to Wolves against Silva was a prop. It was on like a total. It was a super save. Like it was just off the cuff. Oh fuck! There, you know. Sorry, I'm swearing again. But yeah. That was an incredible save. I know we did. Lascelles got the first goal, didn't he?
Yeah, first goal, and then Fabio Silva got the equaliser.
No, Neves got the equaliser.
That's it. You're right. He did cross it though. He did cross it though, didn't he? He did cross it. When he did. I think it was Jamal Lewis.
It was Dubravka saved Silva's goal, and it was in, but he was bang. I didn't know how he even moved like that, like a human. It was.
Oh no, but you're right. I mean, again, I mean, Carl Dollar's made some good saves as well, by the way. I mean, I don't think the back was made out.
I really did, and I actually had arguments with my boyfriend about who was better, Darlow or Dubravka, and I do. If only we could have them both in the goal, that would be good.
Wow, you're absolutely right there. But I just hope, I really do hope that can crack and serve as well. Please smash the likes up if people keep us questions coming in for MSKs, and that'd be amazing. Thank you. And you're right. I mean, like I said, sort of thing. I mean, we said about the best schools. You said about good CF sort of thing. But for me, I mean, if you give marks out of 10 for Steve Bruce, how many marks would 10 would you give him?
Is minus an option? No. I don't know personally, because again, I'd like to be that fly on the dressing room wall. I don't know how much input that he's had in anything to our game, but if it's anything that I'd seen just when he was flying solo, it would be a 2 maximum.
Yeah, I'll go with 2 as well. I'll go with 2 because the bottom line is, for me, he's been very, very lucky this season. The 2 wins in 2 he had, he got marked for that. He definitely got marked for that. No question about that. But the bottom line is, he is simply ain't good enough for this job at all whatsoever. The job's too big for him. He hasn't got a clue. I mean, his tactics are dated. And the guy's a joke, and I'll definitely sell on me playing ratings on Friday, sort of thing as well, sort of thing. But if Steve Bruce is to stay in the summer, right, it looks like it's going to stay. If there's no takeover, what does he need to do? What does he have to do?
Somebody needs to give him a copy of Football Manager 1997 and even bring him.
Oh man.
To even bring him slightly more up to date than what he's playing, because it is brutal. That's what I call him, Steve Brutal. That's his name.
Yeah, Steve Brutal. I'll tell you what, I'd rather have Fiona Bruce as manager, not Steve Bruce. Do you know what I mean? But he's a fraudulent manager. This manager, I'm telling you, he's such a fraud. He really, really. And I tell you what, though, it is so frustrating for me. But what I think you probably agree with what I'm about to say, right? But if it's going to be him, right, he needs to get the players that he needs, right? If he wants to get 4 players in, get the 4 players in before pre-season, right? Take the scores out, right? I don't want us being involved in a deadline transfer deadline day unless you send the players, right? If you want the players coming in, it has to be done before pre-season and not late. Because at the end of the day, right, if you buy players and get someone late, it ain't going to help the first teamer. So I want to see big changes. I want to see players in place in the right position, right? And he has to hit the ground running.
Yeah.
Then he is going to be in big pressure, because I do not ever want to see the 2 wins in 20 ever again. I don't want to see that, no, Emska. I don't. Yeah. He will be in huge, huge trouble. And his contract is up at the end of next season. Yeah.
He's cruising. He's cruising on that he's, do you know what I mean? He knows he's getting a wage no matter what he does. So it's just like, sit back and do whatever. And it was only when Graham Jones peeped his head up, and then we actually started making a difference in the team. And he's just happy to sit back and take the money. And I think he's like you said, he's dated. He's just, he's done.
He's done. He was done. Yeah. Listen, he was done for day one. I did not want him. I mean, everyone knows that John Sinclair's come out and said that, and everyone will tell you this as well, that I wanted Steve Bruce out before he even came in.
Here. Where are they?
You know what I mean?
They're all looking in my window.
Oh, bless them. No, you can't. Oh, bless. Oh, man. Bless them.
2 minutes. I'll be out in 2 minutes.
You know what I mean? I won't keep you too long. Probably do another 5-10 or so, you know. But that's all I want to see what happens. I've got 2 guys on the chat as well. The big question: what sauce does Bruce have on his bacon sandwich?
I would give my answer, but no. it would be quite crude.
There you have it. No, what I'm saying is, you're right. But do you see what I'm trying to say about what he's doing in the summer?
Yeah.
He has to hit the ground running. Because you're right about Graham Jones. Graham Jones has made a difference for Newcastle United. I think he's been a breath of
I
fresh
would
air.
actually prefer him to take over as manager, to be fair.
I think he's a damn good coach, but is he good enough as number one, though?
No.
I don't think he's a good number one for me.
Is like they wouldn't even give Steve Bruce. Is he not head coach? He's not even manager. That's his title. He's head coach.
He's head coach. Yeah. He's head coach. And I'll tell you something, right? He's not a very good one in that neither, because the guy's a waste of space. I mean, he's a waster sort of thing, though. But I'll give Steve Bruce 5 games to fix up. If he doesn't fix up, then he is done. I'm telling you. And then there's plenty of time to change manager, sort of thing. But you've got to sack him before Christmas. You have to. Otherwise, it'll be too late. But the way the club's being run, we do something different. We say something, the club does the complete opposite. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is crazy, man. So I was going to say, before I let you wrap up, sort of thing as well, because I know you got.
Because I'm getting absolutely tortured by these kids here. They had me outside earlier in the sun. They were like plaiting my hair, and now they're all peering in the window, and they're banging the window and everything, and they won't friggin' leave me alone.
Bless them. Give us 5 minutes.
There you go. Hello.
Oh man.
I know.
Oh, bless them.
But I do you know what it is? Like and again, before anyone has anything against the Roma community or anything, they are lovely people. So, and I live with them, and clearly all the kids love me. So,
oh, bless them. You know what it is? You're a good mum as well, man. You're a lovely mum as well, without a doubt. And that's what we love about you, being a mummy. And that's.
I'm not a mum.
I thought you were a mum.
No.
Oh, bless you. I thought you had kids and you won.
I'm just me and my boyfriend. I don't know. I'm a 37-year-old lady with no.
I was going to ask how old you were anyway. I
don't care.
Bless you. 37 blessed. You look young, 37, bless you. But what can I say?
That's because I have fun.
So listen,
that's probably why I look young, because I don't have kids. Since I met these ones, I've started to get grey hairs.
Oh, bless you. You know what it is? They keep you on your toes, and I tell you what,
they definitely do. But yes, before we wrap up, what were you going to ask?
Oh, bless them. You know what it is, sort of thing. As long as they're happy, that's all celebrates. And
it is. No, it's so lovely. But yeah. But what were you going to ask before we wrap up?
I was going to ask you as well, before I let you go, that do you think, for me, let's go back on Bruce, do you think Steve Bruce will last the season next season?
To be honest, unless the takeover comes through or changes are made, to be honest, I think Ashley will stick with him, because he doesn't care. Neither of them care. It's like it's just like I've put money into that and now I actually don't care about it. Like, just leave it to the side, and I don't care anymore. And that's all I see in the management and the ownership of the club, is like they put money into it and they just went, okay, you go and do what you're supposed to do. And yeah, like who was it that said when they went to training with Steve Bruce and he just threw a ball into the ground and went, right, let's have a kickabout?
I've heard that. Jack Grealish.
Yeah. Do you know what is that? How is that? You know, even have you ever read a book? Have you ever?
Yeah. He doesn't do tactics. Remember, like Chip said earlier on, he doesn't do tactics, and he's absolutely right. You know what I mean? He just got more tactical nous. Yeah, he trains 3 times a week, and in his press conference, he said that, you know, the players to work deserves a well-earned break. What break? They're hardly flipping trained.
I know. Here, I'm sorry. 2 wee seconds. I'm sorry. They won't stop banging. I'm sure you can hear that in the background. Just 2 seconds. Like, yes, I need to explain. I just need to explain.
Yeah, Elsa's just gonna find it sort of thing. Don't want to do him, but
on my call. I'll be out in a couple of minutes, okay?
guys, man, please keep
I'll
comments
be out
coming
in a couple of
through
minutes.
and please hit the
Please
likes
don't
up. I'm just gonna
have
see what I'm gonna do the next couple of days. On Thursday, I'm gonna interview a Swansea City fan. I'm still trying to get a Brentford fan as well. We're gonna talk about the championship. Friday, I should be on Alan Reader's channel. That's on a Saturday, by the way. The Friday night at 7, I'm gonna do my player ratings for the season. So please keep your eyes peeled for that. So Elmscar, you're right. I was just going to say that you just mentioned about Jack Grealish saying that he just throws a ball about. The guy needs sacking. He needs sacking.
He
really
does. Yeah, he really does. I mean, I would even go and replace him. I would have better ideas, and I can tell you, I pretty much know nothing about the tactics of football. Well, I probably know more than him because let's kick a ball about is
Yeah, that's all it is. He doesn't care. 3 days a week. That's all he does. That's why John Joe Show has come out.
Football Manager 2007. You know, just give him.
Exactly. Absolutely amazing, but I mean, the less said about this guy, the better. He should be sacked, and he's as disgraced as a manager. By the way, Man U's losing by Gourton against Villarreal. Thanks for that, guys, and going down sort of thing. But Judah, before I'd let you go, right? I mean, one other question as well. You talk about how many players are going to get. Do you think Joe Willock will come to Newcastle?
I really hope he will. I mean, he seemed to love, you know, that interview where they were all singing over him, "We want you to stay, we want you to stay." And he does seem really happy at Newcastle. I think he has come into himself at Newcastle. I think he will be given more of a chance. I don't believe him being stolen back by Arsenal will be of any use to anyone. Just please let us keep him. Can you just give us for free, please? Like,
it'd be nice, though, wouldn't it? It'd be nice, but according to Newcastle, Ashley's offered between 10 and 50 million pound to Arsenal Joe Willock, and they basically say get lost. Basically, they want between 20 and 30 million pound before you even start attacking, sort of thing. So my advice to Ashley: if you want Willock and you want to back Bruce, pay the money and just get him here. Because at the end of the day, I said about 5 minutes ago, get your targets in early. Do not get your targets in on deadline day. Get the player in right away. New season, but the way
I've seen a lot of people saying too, would you swap ASM for Joe Willock? And it's like that is a
definite no.
Yeah, no.
I'm here on. But definitely not ASM, no way. But then again, if you're gonna sell ASM, then you're gonna have to buy Joe Willock. But then again, if Joe Willock don't come to the club, I think ASM would be gone anyway, sort of thing. So it's a shame, but at this moment in time, 70 million pound, definitely not. But we need a takeover. You're right, and I hope we get a takeover very, very soon, very soon. And one last question before I let you go. Are you going to come back on my channel? You've got to come back on my channel again at some stage over the summer.
Of course I will, yeah.
You have to, man. And did you enjoy coming on my channel as well?
Of course I did, bro. It's always lovely talking to you.
And have you been on anyone else? Have you been on anyone else's channel yet, or is it just my channel?
No, well, sure, I was on Baza Tees, and then 1 week, I was supposed to do another show with him, but then my dad took ill that week, so I've only been on his once, but I've been with you twice, so yay.
Wow, absolutely fantastic. Listen, Michelle's at Open, who's surfing your fancy comedy channel. If you want to talk about the breaking news, the takeovers eventually is done, then you're definitely going to come back on for that and have your say, definitely. And also as well, so far I'm going to do the Euros as well. Like I said, I'm going to do the player ratings as well on Friday. You guys pay for that. That's the over the season. On Saturday, I'm going to do the Al Reed show as well from Saudi Arabia, sort of thing. So I got an invite for that. But tomorrow, I'm going to get a Swansea City fan on and Brentford fan on as well to talk about the playoffs on Saturday between Brentford and Swansea City to place in the Premier League. So it's going to be fun.
Who stole our cup?
Well, Brentford gets up. They probably beat us again. Anyone want to beat us anyway, but that's the way it goes. So, you know what I mean? But listen, Elmscott, it's been fantastic for you to come on, babe. And it's been absolutely fantastic. You're a breath of fresh air on my channel, you know. And you know what? You're fun. You're passionate. It's there. You're hungry to come on the show. And listen, you have a fantastic healing, babe. And
yes, I will. Thank you. You too. I'm absolutely going to sleep for a week now because I've been in hospital all night and it's just But So, but here I've really, really enjoyed speaking to you, John. Really have, and I'll be sharing the shit out of this. And I love your channel and love you to bits. So
I love you to bits as well, babe. You are absolutely a star in a million, you know. But I got a couple of two areas sort of thing. One day, try to do it live, sort of, and that'd be amazing. And you know, but listen, get yourself away. But stay there. I'm gonna sign off, but don't go away yet. I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go for it one more time. See us. I'm back tomorrow to do a championship special for a place to the Premier League between Brentford and Swansea. I've got to try.
Before you leave, I'm sorry, but I watched the Sunderland playoffs.
Did you watch me? Did you watch me live stream? Did you watch me live stream?
No, I didn't see it yet. No.
Oh man, really? I mean, listen, they had the chance to go through, but didn't take the chances. But
I know.
But you know what it is? All I gotta say is big up Lincoln for beating them, man. Big up Lincoln.
Yeah, I know. Like the chances were there, but like, yeah, they really did. So, yeah.
But you know what it is, right? They lost it in the first game, really, to be fair. But at the end of the day,
and ASM's tweet about it was legendary. Did you see that?
Do you know what? I'm gonna look at it now again. I think it's brilliant when it is absolutely brilliant. Yes. I tell you what, though, you're not being dear by the Sunderland fans, will he?
No, I don't think he's ever moving to Sunderland anyway.
Definitely not. But who cares anyway? He's one of us. But listen, at the end of the day, I thought that was absolutely classic. You know what I mean? Is he a legend? Not yet. Do we love him? Of course we do. Let's hope that he stays for a third season Newcastle United because we can do with him in the summer to steer Newcastle United.
Yeah,
you know totally. I mean? If we can get them, that'll be amazing. And keep Willock, that'll be amazing. Then we might do bits in the summer, sort of. We might do bits in that season, sort of thing. But then again, they probably push on and get Bruce a new deal, but that ain't gonna happen. I think Bruce will be gone. Will take over or not? I think he'll be gone. So I don't think he'll be here. Not when the fans comes back. But there you go. Pardon me. But there you go. Listen, I'm just gonna thanks so much again, and we love you all.
Lovely to see you on.
Don't go away yet. I'm going to sign off together, sort of thing. But guys, catch us tomorrow between. I've got Swansea Brentford fan coming on. Hopefully, get Brentford fans going to let us know. And listen, thanks for joining us as well. Do subscribe to my channel. And Elmscott, before you go, where do we find you? Do you find you on Twitter? And what's your Twitter handle?
My Twitter handle, unfortunately, like I only made it like quite a few years ago, and I thought it was hilarious, was at Emska666, but clearly a lot of people don't think it's nothing to do with Satan, by the way. So, yeah.
Oh man.
So yeah, but it's at Emska666 if you want to see me on Twitter. So yeah.
Fantastic. Please get Emska follow. She's fun. She loves to banter all things Newcastle and asking Newcastle questions. She'd be quite happy to answer them as well. And also, do smash the like, subscribe if you're new to John Sinclair. I've got 690 people, subscribers now. I need another 10 for 700. I want to get 700 by the weekend, by the way, but please help us along for that. And listen, it's been fantastic seeing you in Elmscott. And thank you very much for coming on, Beer.
Yes, lovely to see you.
Love you.
Enjoy your evening. Enjoy your evening, bro.
You too, bro. Love you.
Okay.